Moving on to task 4, your product analysis. So basically what we want to do is conduct some secondary research for our cityscape. So we want to look at a souvenir in detail. So what I want you to do is go on to Google and find a souvenir, but you need to find information about that particular souvenir. Okay, so you're going to have to search a bit. So I might use Amazon, for example, in order to find a suitable souvenir. So on Amazon, I've typed in souvenir city or city souvenir. It doesn't really matter. It should come up. So if I'm just scrolling down here, I want to pick a souvenir that I would like to basically analyze. Okay, and just judging by the first one, I'd quite like to look at this one in detail. So what I'm going to do is click into this souvenir here. Now, you don't do this particular souvenir. You've got to come up with your own particular souvenir. So what you'll do is copy and paste this image onto your page. Okay, you can just put it up here to the left so that when I mark it, I know what product you were referring to. Okay, so on the right hand side here, if I zoom in, you will see that you've got sort of questions here that you need to answer. Okay, you don't need to answer all of these questions, you just need to answer, these are question prompts. Okay, so you need to answer what questions of this that you can. Okay, so for example, is the product designed in a particular style? Does it look attractive and appealing? Items you should consider is the color, theme, textures, shape, and pattern. Okay, so what you've got to do is in this section here, maybe shrink your text down to 12. Okay, and then is the product designed in a particular style? That's not really relevant exactly. Does the product look attractive and appealing? Okay, so you can say here, the souvenir looks appealing because, okay, and then you've got to explain why, like what's good about it, what is appealing about this particular souvenir. Okay, so for the cost, what is the selling price of the product? So we can find out that information from Amazon. Here we can see that it's 129 dirham. So you can say here, the product costs 129 dirham, okay, because, and you've got to give a reason why you think the product is sold at that price. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that all these sizes here are 12. You've got to explain why you think it would be, why 129 dirham is a suitable price. Okay, it might be the particular design, the style, how elegant it looks. It might be the materials or how it functions. Okay, so you've got to explain that. So who's the product designed for? Why is it aimed at this age group? Okay, you could also even mention maybe perhaps it's aimed at a particular gender. Okay, so the product is designed for tourists. Okay, and then you would explain, okay, why is it aimed at a particular age group, or so what you need to do is actually read the information about the product, okay, and see from that can you gather any information as to what perhaps what age group or what gender that it would be aimed at. Okay, so what you've got to do is go on down here and try and answer these questions here. So I can see from this one here, it doesn't exactly say, when I read the description, it doesn't say what material. It says that it's made out of wood, okay, but we would need to be a bit more descriptive here. So you can check Google for this, you can find out the relevant information. So if there's any safety aspects, any small parts, loose parts, the size, you can see that this particular example here has got measurements on it, so you can put down those measurements for that. Okay, so you need to answer these sections here as best you can, and then you've got to explain then at the bottom to get into, if you look at your success criteria here, explains how other people's ideas can help with your design. To get into the exceeding bracket here, you've got to explain how the souvenir can help you with your design. So is there certain aspects of that design that you can take to improve your